Campbell Brown.
No bias, no bull.
CNN weeknights, 8 Eastern.
On Wednesday, we expect a ruling from Brazil's Supreme Court, and David Goldman is joining me right now. David, welcome to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Campbell.
You were able to visit your son, Sean, just last week. How's he doing? What was it like? Describe the visit.
Well, as always, it is a precious time that I'm able to spend with my son. We played, we jumped on the trampoline, he was showing me his wrestling moves, and for a period of time he went upstairs into the condo where I believe his grandparents were. I don't know who else was in there. And from what was a joyous occasion, happy, laughing, playing, joking, wrestling, he came down almost in a robotic form, and then he said, nope, you can't take pictures anymore, and it was very, very disturbing. This family has been waging a campaign to turn my son against me for almost 5 years, and within our first reunion they realized it did not work, and now they are ratcheting up the pressure and psychologically damaging my son in such a way it would kill any parent to be able to, who can't just do something and help their child. And my feeling is next they're going to put him on television and speak in a brainwashed way, and it's sickening.
What do you do? What can you do? How do you combat that?
Well, there is a lot of psychological evidence on the evaluations of that family and my son that point clearly what needs to be done. There is no bond that anyone should break between a parent and a child. No one should be able to interfere with that, and the most important bond is a parent and a child. It's a fundamental, sacred, natural, God-given right and bond for a child and a son to be together. And what these people have been doing and up to this point able to get away with is disgraceful, and it's a torture to my son.
Well, you can only imagine, David, that the emotions, the range of emotions he has to be feeling. How do you talk to him about what's happening?
In my conversations with Sean, I just try to let him see that I'm here, that I love him, that I've always been here, and let's play, let's have fun. I'm not the one they've been telling him for years, your father abandoned you, your father doesn't love you, all kinds of terrible things to turn him against me. And yet a part of him inside knows and wants to connect, and then we leave, and then they ratchet it up again.
How are you preparing for Wednesday? Because, I don't have to tell you this. There's a chance you will not get him back. How do you emotionally prepare for this?
It won't be over. It won't be over. I've been kicked in the teeth since day one when he was abducted and I began this fight. I have to keep going. He's my son. Every parent who has a child and they tuck him in at night or her in at night and they wish the best and only the best, and they will always protect the child and do whatever they can, but most of the time they don't have to prove it. And I'm in the proving grounds to myself and to my child, and I have to get him home, and I will do whatever I have to and never stop to save him.
Do you think that your story would be the same if you were Sean's mother and it was his father who had taken him to another country? Do you think that there's a double standard here?
Well, apparently so far, Brazil seems to favor mothers right off the bat, and they've treated cases in the Hague Convention as basic custody cases where they always feel the mom gets the child. Tragically, there is no mother any longer. Now here comes new guy, no relation to my son, and he's got more legal claim of custody than me, his own blood living father who's loved him. When my son was first taken, he was crying all the time. He wants his dad, he wants his dad, where's my dad? And no one seemed to mine because he's still been there and no one returned him. And now there's a man, again, who's got no blood relation to my son, and he's got more legal claim of custody than his own living father.
David.
Can't be.
President Obama, Secretary of State Clinton, they both lobbied here on your behalf. Is there anything more you want the U.S. government to do that you think the U.S. government could do for you?
I hope that Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will keep it going, will keep it in the focus, and to work with the Brazilian government. We're not asking any favors. We're just expecting them to abide by the rule of law and the rule of nature. It's a simple request, and I hope President Obama continues. And I plead for any government official and all of the government officials. Again, we have one child in a discussion about my case, but there are 50 other cases with U.S. citizens and countless from other countries, all trapped in Brazil. I don't understand why they want to draw the line in the sand when it comes to this issue.
We will be watching closely to find out what happens on Wednesday. David, I appreciate your time so much tonight. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Campbell. Thank you very much.